All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily, where you subscribe for our daily videos just like this one, where we show you what's going on in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency today. I'm going to play you 3 clips from this recent interview with Mike Novogratz and Julia Chatterley on CNN. The first clip involves this recent news story. It broke 18 hours ago. If you are following us on Twitter, you'd already know. The news is this. UNICEF, which is the largest humanitarian organization in the entire world. To put this in perspective, UNICEF has helped save more children's lives than any other humanitarian organization on the planet. They provide healthcare, immunization, safe water, sanitation, nutrition, education, emergency relief, and more. And they have just decided to accept Bitcoin and Ethereum as donations. But that's not the story. The story is, the major part is that they will not be converting the donations back to fiat. They're going to hold. So just so you have the details, the new pilot program is the first time the international agency will be accepting cryptocurrency. The first donation will reportedly come from the Ethereum Foundation, which donated 1 Bitcoin and 10,000 Ethereum to the cause. What's noteworthy, however, is that this initiative will keep donations as cryptocurrencies. Rather than automatically convert them to fiat currency, the international organization seems to be interested in hodling and spending their cryptocurrencies even. This is the idea. I think this is valuable. The idea behind the move is to better show transparency and increase the number of donors. With every donation recorded on the blockchain, there is little room to lose funds and everything is visible on the public ledger. So I'm sure once you send the donation, you can look it up on Block Explorer and see that their wallet actually got it. I think they're setting the bar right now for every other organization out there. Hey, you want to see where your money's going? We're going to show you where it goes on the blockchain. Now, for more on this story, let's head on over to Mike Novogratz on CNN, where he thinks because of this, this will bring Bitcoin to $20,000 within the next 18 months. And it's not just this. It is UNICEF, it is Yale, it is Harvard, it is all these different organizations choosing to invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, or hedge funds that invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So we're going to start off with the UNICEF news, and then Mike Novogratz is going to answer 2 questions. Number 1, why is it important that our cryptocurrencies remain decentralized? What are the implications if our cryptocurrencies don't remain decentralized? And then number 2, well, if Bitcoin is digital gold, if Bitcoin is a store of value, what's going to give all these other altcoins value? Why can't XRP have the value that Bitcoin has? Why can't EOS, Litecoin? Why can't Monero or Dash have that same value that Bitcoin has? Mike Novogratz offers some great insight, but let's start at the beginning regarding UNICEF, regarding why this is going to take Bitcoin to $20,000 in 18 months.
UNICEF, the United Nations Children's Fund, has made a move into the crypto world, setting up a fund accepting donations from both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Such enthusiasm for crypto is echoed by our next guest. He predicts Bitcoin will spike up to $20,000 within 18 months. Mike Novogratz is the CEO and chairman of Galaxy Digital and joins us now. Great to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
That's optimistic.
Yeah, listen, I think UNICEF's saying we'll take crypto. Lots of charities and foundations and endowments are saying, you want to give us money? You can give us Bitcoin, you can give us Ethereum, you can give us Apple stock. And so it's just more and more people accepting Bitcoin as a financial asset.
This is what we need to see greater mainstream adoption, better understanding, is people like charities saying, look, you know, we're going to be a bit more adventurous with what we accept as well. Yes. Charity's charity.
And listen, there are some endowments, so some charities will take the Bitcoin, they'll sell it and put it into dollars because they're more conservative. But there's some endowments, the Yale endowment, you know, famously, because usually where Yale goes, all the rest of the endowments follow. Yes. They've made investments in Bitcoin. Yale, Harvard, Stanford have all invested in venture funds that both own Bitcoin and own, you know, venture properties in the space.
So is it just Bitcoin? If Bitcoin is digital gold, what's going to give all these other cryptocurrencies value, like XRP, like Litecoin, like EOS? What do all these other cryptocurrencies need to have?
I see things pretty clearly. I think Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency that really has won the store of value lane. Gold's got a $9 trillion market cap. You can fit all the gold that's ever been mined in a 25-meter cube. It's valuable because we say it's valuable. All the rest of the elements on the periodic table, right, there are 114 elements, they're valuable because we use them. I think Bitcoin is going to be valuable just because we say it's valuable, but the rest of the cryptocurrencies are going to need to be used. And it's going to take a while for those economies to develop, right? We had a bubble, they all went up because they were all the next Bitcoin. Quite frankly, they're not all the next Bitcoin. It doesn't mean the Ethereum project isn't an awesome project, and in 3 or 4 or 5 years, it could be a spectacular project and will have a huge amount of value, but it's not going to get valued the same way Bitcoin does.
So there's an interaction between a good store of value and good for transactional purposes, and one doesn't necessarily lead to the other.
Last but not least, let's talk about why it is extremely important that our cryptocurrencies remain decentralized. Right now, Bitcoin is the most decentralized, and that's probably the most important reason why it has the most value. But you can see that it's only a matter of time before countries like China, the United States, they're going to tokenize their own fiat currency. I mean, China's currency is pretty much 100% digital already. It's just not on a blockchain. But what happens when China puts their currency on a blockchain? We have to watch out because this is a possible future.
Well, and you've got to be a little careful, this gets nuanced. A centralized cryptocurrency is a really, really dangerous proposition because cryptocurrencies are programmable money. So if you think China's version of cryptocurrency it's centralized, they own it. They have amazing technology already because 95% of Chinese payments are done on the phones. All of those phones get pushed into a shared database that the government forces. So Alibaba, WeChat, they all take all your spending data and give it to a government clearinghouse. You now take AI and machine-based learning, you plug it into that government clearinghouse, and you know a lot about a lot of people. It didn't exist 5 years ago. If you had all the spending data in the world, we couldn't do much with it. But now you put the computers to it, and they know who's gay and who's not gay, to a man and a woman.
Yes.
And so, okay, if you're a liberal country, great. But if you get a new ruler who decides he doesn't like gays, and it's a it's a cryptocurrency centralized, he can shut their money off overnight. You think about what's going on in Hong Kong with the protests right now, facial recognition cameras everywhere, let's just shut their money off.
That kind of power is very dangerous.
It's really why we need decentralized systems. You're seeing it perfectly right now in this China situation. And quite frankly, when I look at China, Hong Kong, I think I know how it's going to end. And it's not going to end with tanks rolling in the street. It's going to end with what they call white terror, that they're going to slowly say, you know, that guy doesn't get credit anymore, or that doesn't get a job anymore. Wow. And so we're at a world that is crying out literally for decentralized systems.
Coin, please go to moon. Stop going sideways now. Don't ever say we going down to 1K, but Mr. Novogratz say we have bottomed out. Novogratz is bullish. Bottomed out. Don't ever rise is bearish. Novogratz is bullish.
Bitcoin could be at 40,000.
Let us go to moon.
You have a whole different career as a macro investor in traditional assets, let's call them that. And then obviously a sort of second career in crypto, and as you said, a sort of expert and become an expert in this field in particular. One of the strongest arguments I see people making today is that we're seeing a debasement of currencies, we're seeing central banks around the world printing money. It's one of the strongest arguments for investing in an alternative asset like crypto. Would you agree with that?
100%. Listen, we are in a very strange macro environment. When Greece is raising money at negative interest rates.
Yes, we talked about it.
You're like, wait a minute. I look back. Just in the last 5 years, there are 40 emerging market currencies that have devalued more than 40%. And so if you look back, you know, in real terms, even the US dollar is down 96% in 100 years. The last 1,000 years, no one currency has stayed the reserve currency more than basically 125 years. And we're at that level almost in the US. And so we've got geopolitical uncertainty, we've got negative rates. It's all bullish for gold, you know, and it's bullish for Bitcoin.